Hey gang, Jesse and Jason here over at EC Auto Repair, and so I absolutely loving my time I'm spending with Jason. This is his third day on the job. We shot some other videos about what he likes about working here. There's obviously a lot of things that he knows about vehicles that I don't, because he's a younger generation and because he's in the trenches. He's actually going to VOTEC right now, so all that's cool. But in a former video, I guess this truck to be a 2005 to 2010 model. It's actually a 2008 model. But what I really wanted to visit about, as Jason and I was discussing about, he's heard varying opinions of transmission fluid exchanges, transmission flushes. Yes, it's good to do them. No, it's bad to do them. It's awful. You might as well just go drive yourself off a cliff or something. That's how bad it is to do a fluid exchange. So let me bring some of the industry standards into specs. So inside your glove box is an owner's manual. Your owner's manual is going to have specifications of severe duty and normal duty. Well, in western Oklahoma, with all the dirt, extreme temperatures and all that stuff, is anything going to be normal duty?
No.
No, it's not. It's always going to be severe duty, right?
Yes, sir.
Because we just, we have such a drastic change of temperature, especially this time of year. We can be at 90 degrees one day and then at 40 degrees the next night, right? And so
yes, sir.
All those anytime we have that massive of a temperature change, it allows moisture that's in the air to be attracted to fluids or properties that's inside fluids, properties that's in components, right? So severe duty, the transmission or the book's going to tell you certain specs of when this service, a fluid exchange, should be done, right? We also partner with BG Products. You may or may not know this, but Chevy, Ford, and I believe even Chrysler went to BG a few years ago, and they're like, we're having premature transmission failures. Can you please help us with our fluid analysis? Can you please help us understand how often we should do these fluid exchanges? BG said, absolutely, we would love to help you with that. So now, when you go and you buy a late model vehicle, like a 2015 model or newer vehicle, you'll see more often than not that the fluid spec to change the fluid, like the coolant, the transmission, the brake fluid, most of those intervals are at 30,000 miles. You know why? I'm so glad you asked, Mr. Jason. The reason why is BG said, listen, at every 30,000 miles, this fluid is good. At 30,000 miles, it begins to break down. In any system failure, the fluid is always the very first thing to break down. So they said, if you'll go in there and change the transmission fluid, change the brake fluid, change the coolant, whichever system that we're servicing, then that component will last a normal life. It'll last as long as it's supposed to last. Other suppliers came in and came up with this lifetime fluid. Well, there is no such thing as a lifetime fluid. Lifetime fluid means that services that component for the life of that component, right?
Yes, sir.
So a truck like this, you got a 6L80 transmission. You don't ever do any fluid services to it. The transmission is going to fail at about 125,000 miles. Ask me how I know. We haven't sold a transmission since last week. We sell them over and over and over and over again. And if people would simply do the service, the transmission fluid exchange, we have some great cleaners that's in it that clean out all the junk that's not supposed to be there, the moisture, the corrosion, all the different things. But not only do we put in a better fluid that breaks down at a higher temperature, we put in conditioner that conditions the disc, the valves, the balls, all the different things that's inside that transmission to make it work perfectly. And therefore, doing that service at the recommended intervals, you don't have to change that transmission. Or if you do, it's when the truck has got many, many, many miles on it. Is this helpful?
Yes, sir.
All right. We'll see you in the next video.